Songwriting for me has evolved over the years. I wasn't first a songwriter. I've been a singer growing up, really my whole life. As a kid, I come from one of these families with parents who did music and brothers and sisters who did music, and I was just one of those kids that got up and sang and hung around with my older brother, and he really taught me about music, taught me how to play instruments and harmonize and sing. So we would do a lot of cover songs when we would go out and play. But it wasn't until college, really, that I started listening to specifically country music, Garth Brooks, Alan Jackson, George Strait, that I fell in love with this style of music and really started listening to what the songs were saying. Before that, it was just, I was listening to melody and tune, and I really would just dig the groove of a song versus really dive in to what the lyrics were saying. And I remember hearing those songs of Garth back in the mid-'90s or so, and I felt like those songs were just talking to me, just like you guys probably thought the same thing. You relate to country music, you relate to those lyrics, and that's what really got me into country music, and really what got me thinking about writing my own songs and how I could express whatever was happening in my own life at the time. And that was college for me, so there was a lot of ups and downs and love and lost and things like that. But that was really where I first wrote my first song was in college. I was probably a sophomore in college at the time, and I look back at that song now, I kind of laugh and grin and say, what was I thinking? But don't ask me to play it, I will not do it. But that's where it all got started, I would say, and hopefully it's just evolving over time.
He said, son, come sit down.
So when I first started songwriting, looking back, the songs were not good. Let's just leave it at that. No, I'll expand on that. When I first started writing, it was all about trying to sound like what was on the radio. I wanted to sound like Garth, or at the time, Dave Matthews and Matchbox 20. I was trying to emulate what I heard on the radio, which I think we still do today, but I didn't have any depth in what I was saying. My lyrics were all over the place, and they really didn't have focused meaning. And looking back at that now, I think that's a huge difference from a beginner songwriter to a more seasoned or advanced songwriter is, of course, as you look deeper in depth into that lyric, they're focused and they tell a specific story and they get you from place to place in every line. And as a beginner songwriter, I certainly did not do that.